out there in YouTube land. Thank you for joining us tonight. Introducing peaceful protester Wade Kelley. All right. Hello, Miss Boom Boom.
Thank you, Ethan Hyatt. Hello, and welcome to my TV show on the YouTube network with a potential audience of over 2 billion people.
That's correct. 2 billion people.
Coming to you live from the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica, where I am peacefully protesting and advocating for the homeless here in Santa Monica and in Los Angeles County and in California and the whole U.S. of A. And the whole wide world, if we can do something about it. We got to keep working towards a better day. Keep standing up for human rights, equal justice, and standing up for the rights of these homeless human beings, the rights of these homeless human beings to be able to thrive and survive and not have to be harassed for being poor and homeless. We need to stand up for the rights of these homeless people so they're not arrested and put in jail for being homeless. Yeah, that's right. We need to stand up for human rights right here in Santa Monica. For too long, Santa Monica has not done its part in building affordable housing, yet it will arrest homeless human beings and make it illegal for them to sleep on the streets or sleep in tents or pitch tents. They're making homeless human beings put all of their belongings in a 60-gallon bag. If you can't fit it all in a 60-gallon bag, we're going to throw the rest of it away. That's what they do to these people. And they make it hard for them to survive here in Santa Monica. At the same time, Santa Monica, for generations, has not built enough affordable housing, has not been part of the solution, has not been part of the progress to make sure that everybody can have a decent place to live. That's right, Santa Monica has been fighting against that for years. That's why we all need to get behind the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative right here in Santa Monica, California. Isn't that exciting? Let's start off with that. That's an exciting thing. There's a petition going around for this initiative, the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative, that will build 3,000 units of housing on 25% of that Santa Monica Airport property. Wouldn't that be fantastic? The Santa Monica Airport is going to be given to the city of Santa Monica in 2028. And this new initiative would use 25% of that property to build 3,000 units of affordable housing. That's right, 3,000 units of affordable housing on 44 acres of land. That's wonderful. That's fantastic. That would be like it would be like a Park La Brea of today. And you'd still have 148 acres for a great park. That's plenty for a great park here in Santa Monica. We need to be part of building affordable housing. So let's get behind that Great Park and Community Housing Initiative right here in Santa Monica. Let's stand up for the rights of poor people to be able to thrive and survive in this richest, most powerful country in the world, in this 4th largest economy of the world, California, in this very wealthy city of Santa Monica that has made a good profit off of our public beaches. That's right. We have 800 miles of public beaches here in California, and mostly rich white people living next to those public beaches. Why is that? That's not the way it should be. That's just rich people pushing poor people down the road. And when you push all the poor people out of your city, You're going to push a lot of people of color out of your city. And that's why Santa Monica is 70% white, because they push all the poor people out of the city, and then they push and because of that, they push a lot of people of color out of the city. We need to keep working to integrate our society, because we haven't gotten to equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. So let's all get behind the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative of Santa Monica, California. It will be on the ballot in 2026. Isn't that exciting? I hope you're excited about it. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate and get behind the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative here in Santa Monica, California. Let's celebrate you. Let's celebrate me. Let's celebrate all the different ways we can be. Let's celebrate love and life. Let's celebrate every day that we can stay away from war and strife. Let's celebrate hope. Let's celebrate joy. Let's celebrate all our lovely girls and boys. Let's celebrate love. Let's celebrate love. That's right. I'm just out here celebrating love and peace and telling us that we need to keep working towards spreading peace and love. We need to keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. We have to keep integrating our society. We need to make sure that we build affordable housing right here in Santa Monica. Because if you build affordable housing, you're going to integrate your society a little better. Because if you push all the poor people out of your community, you're going to push out a lot of people of color. And we need to stand up for the rights of everybody to thrive and survive. Let's celebrate you. Let's celebrate me. Let's celebrate all the different ways that we can be. Let's celebrate all the different ways we can see the world. Let's celebrate all our lovely boys and girls. Let's celebrate hope. Let's celebrate joy. Let's celebrate all our lovely girls and boys. Let's celebrate love. That's right. And we need to celebrate the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative that will be on the ballot here in Santa Monica in 2026. Let's get behind it and build 3,000 units of affordable housing right here in Santa Monica. That's a step in the right direction, Santa Monica. Let's all get behind it. Let's get behind the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative right here in Santa Monica. The Great Park and Community Housing Initiative right here in Santa Monica, California. That's right. That's right. We want to build affordable housing right here in Santa Monica. Let's celebrate you. Let's celebrate me. Let's celebrate all the different ways that we can be. Let's celebrate love and life. Let's celebrate every day that we can stay away from war and strife. Let's celebrate hope. Let's celebrate joy. Let's celebrate all our lovely girls and boys. Let's celebrate love. Let's celebrate love. Good to see you, Thomas. Right, Thomas, right? Good to see you, Ali. That's right, let's all get behind the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative right here in Santa Monica, California. Tell our leaders to build affordable housing right here in Santa Monica. Because Santa Monica, you haven't been building affordable housing. No, you haven't. You only have 205 shelter beds in this whole city of Santa Monica. And they're all taken up. They all are, you have to be referred into those shelter beds. And Santa Monica is trying to close down one of these shelters, this Samo Shell shelter. They don't want it. They have 60 beds there at the Samo Shell shelter, and Santa Monica is wanting to close that down and rent beds in another city. They want to rent beds in another city, the city of Bell, a more densely populated city over there, and they want to make it so that the poor people all live in one area. They don't want any poor people or homeless people here in Santa Monica. That's why they have underfunded any program to help build affordable housing here, and they voted it down. That's why I'm so excited about this great park and community housing initiative here in Santa Monica that'll be on the ballot in 2026. So you get behind it. I'm going to be handing around that petition for people to sign, so it will be on the ballot in this November in 2026. And I'm glad that people proposed it, because when I ran for Santa Monica City Council in 2024, I was the only candidate out of 10 who would even propose to use some of that airport property for affordable housing. Can you imagine that? 192 acres of land being given to the city of Santa Monica in 2028. And they didn't want to use any of it for affordable housing. They didn't want to use any of it to house their first responders, their police, their firefighters, their nurses, their teachers, people that work in this city that can't afford to live in this city. This city council did not want to use any of that land, the airport property, to build affordable housing. And I told them at many of the forums that I went to, I said, if you're not going to use any of that land to build affordable housing, 192 acres of land, you better hire a lot of people to keep the homeless people from sleeping on that great park, because they're going to find a place. If you're not going to be part of the solution, then we're just going to try and make it harder and harder for you, Santa Monica, because you've been making it harder and harder for the homeless people and the poor people here in Santa Monica for generations. And you haven't been building enough affordable housing, and now you're arresting poor people for being poor and homeless. That's a shame, Santa Monica. Arresting people for being poor and homeless because they might want to sleep somewhere or pitch a tent somewhere. That is a shame, Santa Monica, and you need to be called out for it every day. And that's why I will continue to speak about this. And that's why I will run for Santa Monica City Council again this year to promote the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative here in Santa Monica, and speak out for the rights of human beings to be able to survive right here in Santa Monica. That's right, I am a homeless human being myself, but I know I float through life. I have friends that I can stay with, and I have a car, and I'm old, so I get a little Social Security now, and little Actors Equity pension, so I can survive. But a lot of these people living on the streets, they have it very hard, and they are being persecuted because they are poor and homeless, and that is a shame. We need to stand up for the rights of everybody. Keep moving towards a better day, because we haven't gotten there yet. Let's celebrate you. Let's celebrate me. Let's celebrate all the different ways that we can be. Let's celebrate all those homeless people trying to survive in the streets. Let's celebrate every lovely boy and girl. Let's celebrate hope. Let's celebrate joy. Let's celebrate all our lovely girls and boys. Let's celebrate love. Let's celebrate love. That's right. We got to keep celebrating as we're peacefully protesting and speaking out for a better day for everybody. We need to tell our leaders here in Santa Monica, you better get on board. You better get on board, or you're going to get voted out of office. We don't need to keep moving in this wrong direction. We need to move towards human rights. Let's celebrate you. Let's celebrate me. Let's celebrate all the different ways that we can be. Let's celebrate love and life. Let's celebrate every day that we can stay away from war and strife. Let's celebrate hope. Let's celebrate joy. Let's celebrate the great park and community housing initiative right here in Santa Monica, California. That's right. Let's celebrate that too. Everybody sign that petition for the great park and community housing initiative so we make sure it's on the ballot in November and we pass that and build affordable housing right here in Santa Monica. Let's celebrate you. Let's celebrate me. Let's celebrate all the different ways we can be. Let's celebrate love and life. Let's celebrate every day that we can stay away from war and strife. Let's celebrate hope. Let's celebrate joy. Let's celebrate our lovely girls and boys. Let's celebrate love. Let's celebrate love. Let's celebrate love. Let's celebrate love. That's right. We got to keep celebrating while we're working towards a better day, while we're peacefully protesting, while we're speaking out and making positive change. We got to enjoy it. You know, sometimes I get a little, oh, they're treating people bad and I can't do anything about it. Well, got to enjoy the process. Don't get lost in the sea of despair. Keep moving forward. Keep speaking out and enjoy the journey. Keep moving, keep enjoying that we are going to move to a better country than we have right now. Enjoy that we are going to move in a better direction right here in California. We're going to get behind the California Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 and raise taxes on the billionaires right here in California. Everybody says, well, there's nothing we can do about the rich because Trump's in power. Well, we can do it right here in California. We sure can. We can make sure that every billionaire pays their fair share right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 is a 5% wealth tax on the billionaires here in California. And that will help pay for affordable health care for people who are people of low income and people who can't afford health care. They're going to be able to afford it. And as the federal government takes more money away from our health care programs and food programs and such, we need to be able to put more money into those programs. And I hope they can use it for some affordable housing as well. But this Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 is for health care and for public education and for food programs. That's why we need to tell every candidate running for office here in California, you better get behind this Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 or you're not going to get my vote. We need to tell them all. We need to make that the most important thing on the ballot this year. If you're running for governor, you need to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, or we're not going to vote for you. We need to make it that simple. And we certainly don't need this Sheriff LoBianco or whatever his name is. He doesn't believe that homeless people should be able to survive here in California. And we don't need the other Republican, but we need whatever Democrat is running for governor here in California. We need them to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. And if you don't get behind that Billionaire Tax Act, we are not going to vote for you. So let's make sure that's right. Let's make sure the billionaires pay their fair share here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 is going to be on the ballot in September. So there are some things we can do right here in California, right here in Santa Monica. So we don't need to get too discouraged because we have a few things on the ballot this fall that should encourage people to get involved and to speak out. You know, too many people. I had a young man the other night. He said, well, we can't do anything. The world is taken over by a global consortium, and they have all the power and we don't have any power. Get involved. Don't give up. Use your voices. Use your votes. Get out and peacefully protest in the streets and get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. That's right. Don't get discouraged, and certainly don't get behind those people that would cheer on assassins and cheer on violence. You young people that are doing that, I can't believe it, and I want to tell you, you're wrong. You don't need to say, oh, I can't do anything, so you can't do anything peacefully anymore. Yeah, you can. Let's look at the civil rights movement, right? Look at John Lewis and Martin Luther King Jr. and all those people that took part in the civil rights movement and made positive change back then. That's right, they made a lot of positive change, and they did it through peaceful protest. They practiced peaceful protest. And John Lewis served in the Congress for many years after the civil rights movement and made great change in his state and around the country. And we need people to get involved. Get out there, use your voices, use your votes, and stand up for the rights of people. Stand up for the rights of people who don't have a big voice in our democracy. Stand up for the rights of those homeless people that are just trying to survive here. We need to make sure here in Santa Monica, besides building 3,000 affordable housing units on the airport property, and get behind the Community Tax Act. No, the Great Park. See, I got two of them. The Great Park and Community Housing Initiative right here in Santa Monica. Besides getting behind that, we also need to tell Santa Monica, hey, until you have enough affordable housing, stop arresting poor people for being poor and homeless and harassing people for being poor and homeless. Have some safe spaces. Have some place on the beach where homeless people can go and pitch a tent. Until we get out of this housing crisis, this homelessness crisis, have some safe spaces for human beings, for homeless human beings, because you don't have enough shelter beds. I have a friend here who just got checked in to a 3-month permanent, I guess it's a three-month program where they have cubicles. They have little cubicles for people to live in. So, you know, they have their own bed, their own... You have your own sink, Joey? You have your own sink and bathroom there, or what?
No, it's a bathroom sharing.
Huh?
You guys share the bathroom.
Yeah, so they share a bathroom, but he has to go to Long Beach for this, and he's trying to, and I'm talking about building affordable housing right here in Santa Monica. Let's get behind the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative right here in Santa Monica. That's going to be on the ballot in 2026, this November. So get behind it and tell people we need to stand up for the rights of human beings that are homeless. Anyway, so Joey was telling me about this this shelter down in Santa Monica. No, I'm in Santa Monica. This shelter down in Long Beach that he's going to, and he can stay there for 3 months, and it's a cubicle. He shares a bathroom. I mean, we need more things like that right here in Santa Monica. Santa Monica has 205 shelter beds, and they are all taken up tonight. I can't tell any of my homeless friends, listen, there's a shelter that you can go to tonight if you need a place to sleep. And they are arresting people for being poor and homeless in Santa Monica and in Los Angeles and all around California. They're taking their possessions. They're saying, put all your possessions in a 60-gallon bag. If it doesn't fit in that 60-gallon bag, we're going to throw away the rest of the stuff. And you're going to have to move on. You can't sleep here. Yet they don't have any shelter beds for them to go to. They don't have any safe spaces for them to sleep. and they are harassing homeless people more and more. They're giving them citations. They're giving them citations for smoking on the streets or loitering in certain places. Hey, build more affordable housing. Get behind the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative. It'll be on the ballot in November. So Santa Monica can be part of the solution instead of trying to push people. That's right. Thank you, Peace. Instead of trying to push poor people down the road and homeless people, criminalizing poverty and homelessness. That's what they've been doing for generations.
Keep locals local.
That's right. Keep
Why'd they push out the project on Ocean?
Exactly. They closed down the project on Ocean. Every time, and that's right. Why do they have pickleball courts over here where they're supposed to have 122 unit complex? That's right. Every time they try to build affordable housing in this city, these business owners, they sue the city and they speak out and they're up in arms. No, we can't build any affordable housing in our neighborhood. It'll bring down our property values. That's what they say. Santa Monica, you need to be part of the solution. So use part of that Santa Monica airport to build 3,000 units of housing. And that's going to be on the ballot this November. It's called the Community Housing, the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative here in Santa Monica. 3,000 units of affordable housing. It's a step in the right direction, Santa Monica. See the people living in the street, ain't got no money, ain't much to eat. They're not too proud to take your crust of bread. See, this young man, he was here just a minute ago. He said, because we're tired of them dirtying our streets, or we're tired of the crime, or whatever he was talking about. You know, last year, the arrests went up by 23% in the city of Santa Monica. Of all the arrests in Santa Monica, there were over 4,000 arrests in Santa Monica. 72% of all the arrests in Santa Monica were homeless human beings. So they were arresting this population of less than 1% of the population. They were arresting them 72% of the time. That is targeting, that is inhumane, it's cruel and inhumane, and it needs to be shouted out, shouted down. They need to tell the police department here in Santa Monica, don't just arrest the poor people and give them citations for being homeless and for loitering on the streets or whatever. Don't make it harder for them to survive. Build affordable housing. Make sure you're being part of the solution. That's why everybody needs to get behind the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative right here in Santa Monica, California. Build 3,000 units of affordable housing. That's going to be on the ballot here in November. See the people living in the street, ain't got no money, ain't much to eat. They're not too proud to take your crust of bread. Just look for some place to lay their weary heads. What's the problem that brought them here? The story's long and it isn't very clear. So many roads lead to the street, just looking for some place to lay their tired feet. I ain't saying they ain't done wrong. I ain't saying it didn't help to bring it on. I'm just saying there must be somewhere they belong, and they're looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. Peace, you have a great night. All these homeless people living in a ditch with all these empty buildings and tax cuts for the rich. I ain't saying you have to give. Everybody has got a right to live, and they're just looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. That's right, they're looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. And Santa Monica can be part of the solution, can build affordable housing, can get behind the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative of 2026 here in Santa Monica. I sure hope you do. That'd be great. Sweep them out your doorway, tear down their tents. Gonna keep on coming if you keep on raising rents. I ain't saying you have to do good, but why don't you try letting homeless people move in to your neighborhood, Santa Monica? Looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. That's right, Santa Monica. Everybody asks me why I pick on Santa Monica. Well, I've been playing my guitar here on this promenade. I've been around Santa Monica since the late 80s, 90s. And I've been playing my guitar out here for the last over 10 years. And I've seen the way they've treated the poor people and the homeless people here in Santa Monica. They just keep pushing them down the road, trying to make it harder and harder for them to survive. And now at this point, they've criminalized homelessness here in Santa Monica. You can't even sleep in your car in Santa Monica without being harassed and getting a ticket overnight. Even if you park in places that don't have a sign that says you have to move your car. You have to move your car from 3 to 5 a.m. just about anywhere in the business district of Santa Monica. They just make it impossible for anybody to try to get a night's sleep here, whether you're sleeping in your car or whether you're sleeping on the street or no matter where you're sleeping. They just try to harass them until they move down the road or till they put them in jail. That's the sad truth, Santa Monica, and I'm going to keep talking about it until you take part in building affordable housing. That's right. That's why I want everybody to get behind this initiative to build 3,000 units. That's a huge step in the right direction. 3,000 units of affordable housing. That would be, I looked it up today. It said on Google that the last 20 years, Santa Monica has completed about, it said between 1,500 and 2,000 affordable housing units in Santa Monica. They've completed over the last 20 years between 1,500 to 2,000. That's right. This, you know, in 2022, they sent a housing elements plan to the state of California. And they said they were going to build 6,500 units of affordable housing between 2022 and the end of 2029. And so far, they've built about 200 units of affordable housing. And we're already in the middle of 2026. So out of that 6,500 units they were supposed to build of affordable housing, they built about 2 to 3%. And that's a shame, Santa Monica, especially when you're criminalizing homelessness in your city. I wouldn't mind if you made it easy for poor people and homeless people to have a safe place to sleep somewhere in your city without being harassed and arrested and moved down the road wherever they go. But you criminalize homelessness and you harass people for every kind of thing here in Santa Monica when they're poor and homeless. And that's a shame because you haven't been building enough affordable housing and you don't have shelter beds and you just make it impossible for poor people to live. And you're right next to our public beaches. That's right. We have 800 miles of public beaches here in California and mostly rich white people living next to those public beaches. They don't want to share with the public. A lot of Santa Monicans don't want to share their public beach with the public. A lot of Santa Monicans don't want to share their public beach with the homeless, for sure. And all these other cities up the coast, they don't want poor people in their city. Well, you need to build affordable housing, especially if we continue in this housing, this climate crisis, where things are going to get warmer and warmer. You're going to need more people living next to our cool ocean because the temperature is going to be more hospitable to human beings, and the air quality is going to be better as well. It's going to be more breathable. So you got to get to work in building some affordable housing all up and down the California coast, right next to the beaches, like here in Santa Monica. You get my point now? Do you get my point? All these homeless people living in a ditch with all these empty buildings and tax cuts for the rich. I ain't saying you have to give, but everybody has got a right to live, and they're just looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. That's why here in Santa Monica, we all need to get behind the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative of Santa Monica. You know, I gotta work on that tune. The Great Park and Community Housing Initiative of Santa Monica, California in 2026. I gotta work on that tune, but the lyrics, I hope you get the lyrics. You can sweep them out your doorway, tear down their tents. Gonna keep on coming if you keep on raising rents. I ain't saying you have to do good, but why don't you try letting homeless people move in to your neighborhood, Santa Monica? Looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. Don't need your swimming pool, don't need your king-size bed. Just looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. Woo. That's why we need to get behind the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative right here in Santa Monica, California. Yeah, right in there. That's great. Thank you. I will be sharing that with the homeless people here. Thank you. You have a great... Thank you. Peace. That's right. We keep moving towards a better day. We're going to get there someday. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, and I hope he's correct, the moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends toward justice. And I know that a lot of people have different ideas about justice. But here in the United States of America, we're supposed to be helping everybody live a little better. We're not supposed to be making life harder for everybody. We're working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. The Constitution of the United States says we, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution. They were talking about making things better for everybody, and sure, when they wrote that Constitution, it only benefited rich white guys who owned property. They were the only ones who could vote. They were the only ones who could benefit from this new country's constitution, from this new independent country's constitution. That's right, rich white guys who owned property. But there were a lot of them that were thinking in the future and working towards making it more inclusive and making sure that everybody would have a voice in our democracy someday, that we'd have equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. And so we need to keep working towards that today, because we haven't gotten there yet. We need to keep making it easier for people to pursue their happiness and to chart their own destiny in this life. and they shouldn't have to depend on some billionaire's charity. Whether a billionaire wants to put its robots to work this week or human beings. This week I'll let the human beings do a few things and I'll give them a few dollars. Next week I'm going to only let the robots do all the stuff and the human beings will have to starve a little bit. We don't need to put it in their hands, because in our Constitution it gives the right of the Congress to raise taxes when needed. That's right. It's right there in the Constitution. And if rich people are having space races while poor people are sleeping in the streets, it's time to raise taxes on the rich. 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 Oh, I know you say, well, you can't raise taxes because Trump's in power. We can here in California. And that's why we need to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. We need to show that progressive government can make a difference in people's lives. We need to show that we believe that government can have some effect, that we don't have to leave it up to the rich and the powerful. We don't have to leave it up to anybody's beliefs. We don't have to leave it up to anybody's beliefs in their different gods. We have the power to control our own destiny in this country. We have the right to raise taxes on the rich and make sure that the poor can thrive and survive. And you have a right to practice your religion as well. And that's a beautiful thing about our Constitution. The First Amendment of our Constitution. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. We got to celebrate that every day. Let's celebrate the First Amendment of our Constitution and celebrate everybody else's right to use it. Celebrate people that you disagree with. Celebrate their right to get to speak out and say what they think, even if you think everything they're saying is just bull. It's full of bull. Tell them, I disagree with every word you're saying, but I respect your right to get out and say it. And we need to do that more and more. We don't need to be trying to commit violence to people who we disagree with. No, we need to keep talking, keep debating, keep sharing our thoughts, and keep speaking out for human rights. That's right. Stand up against racism and hatred whenever you see it, whenever you hear it. Shout it down. But don't commit violence. Don't say, oh, there's nothing we can do, so we have to commit violence to get things changed. No, you're wrong. You need to be told you're wrong, you people that cheer on assassins and people who commit violence to make change in this country. You're wrong. You're evil. You're listening to evil. So don't do it. Stand up for peaceful protest and stand up for open debate. Stand up for the right of people who disagree with you to speak their mind. Because if you really believe in the First Amendment of our Constitution, you believe that somebody who you totally disagree with has a right to speak their mind in this country. And I hope you get out on this public promenade. That's right. This is a public promenade, and I like to remind people about that. This is not the Grove. This is not Disneyland. This is a public promenade, and you need to get out here and use this public promenade and exercise your First Amendment rights, especially during this political year, during this election year. And I want you all to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. A 5% wealth tax on the billionaires right here in California. Tell your friends and family. Get behind that. Sign that petition. Vote yes for the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. We can make a difference. We don't have to wait for the federal government to raise taxes on the rich. We can do it right here. Oh, I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather sit around in my underwear than screw the poor and pollute the air. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather live outside in the open air than try to keep sick people from getting health care. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you sad. Oh, mama, but being poor just ain't that bad. No, it ain't. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you cry. Oh, mama, rich or poor, we're all gonna say goodbye someday. Not tonight. Not tonight. I'm not ready. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. I'd rather live in a box in the bottom of a ditch than be some stealing, cheating, lying son bitch. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. I'd rather walk around without a stitch than be some warmongering son of a bitch. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you sad. Oh, mama, but being poor just ain't that bad. No, it ain't. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you cry. Oh, mama, rich or poor, they're all gonna say, we're all gonna say goodbye someday. Not tonight. If we can help it, let's put it off a little while. Now, I don't want you to think that I think all billionaires are evil, bloodsuckers. Some of them are just sick. They're like hoarders or alcoholics or drug addicts. They get a little bit of money and they just got to get more and more and more and more and more and more. More and more and more and more and more and more and more. More and more and more and more and more and more. Let's look at Elon Musk. They say he's on his way to becoming our first trillionaire. That's the last thing we need in this country, in this world, is a trillionaire. What we need to do is raise taxes on all the billionaires. And I know you say, well, we can't do that because Trump's in power. Well, we can do it right here in California. I know Elon Musk has already left California because he wanted to go take advantage of the poor people over in Texas. That's right. But here in California, we have a new ballot measure that will be on the ballots in 2026, this November. It's called the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. It's a 5% wealth tax on the billionaires right here in California. We don't have to wait for the federal government to raise taxes on the rich. So let's get behind that Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California and tell all those, and then we can raise taxes on the billionaires right here in California. That's right, we'll raise taxes on the billionaires and make sure that everybody can have good quality health care and that all the young people can have a that everybody can have a good public education and that we can have good food programs right here in California. Get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. Oh, I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather live outside in the open air than try to keep sick people from getting health care. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather walk around with greasy hair than sell guns and weapons everywhere. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather walk around in the bear than see homeless people everywhere. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. Woo-hoo! And I'll keep on working at it. Hello, Dorian. How are you? Can I get you something? Are you doing all right? What's happening? Doing okay? How are you doing? Are you in need?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
You're in big need? Food? You're in big need?
Yeah, whatever you
I only have $1 in the thing. But I haven't seen you for a while, so let me give you this.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, thanks so much.
You're welcome. I hope you have a good night. Are you finding a safe place to find a safe place?
Yeah, I imagine it has a lot to do with
Well, good.
being above in a million. Yeah.
All right, good to see you. Yeah, but they still harass homeless people all the time. I mean, I'm talking with people and they are being harassed for smoking on the street. Here in Santa Monica, you can't really smoke on the streets anywhere, certainly not on the Promenade. But you know, they don't harass the rich people that are smoking on the street. They tell them to go down to the corner and they can smoke down there. But the homeless human beings, they are harassing them and giving them citations, even on any street here. And the thing is, they don't have a home to go to smoke a cigarette, or they can't go in their car and smoke a cigarette. They are homeless. They don't have any place that's safe for them. So they just make it harder. They give these people citations, and the people have to go to court, and that's another expense, another problem they have to deal with, besides finding a safe place to sleep every night. And you know, we don't have enough shelter beds here in Santa Monica. There are no shelter beds available for homeless people tonight in Santa Monica. Every time I go to pick up my mail, not my jail, I go pick up my mail over at the People Concern over here on Olympic. Every time I pick up my mail, I say, do you have any shelter beds available in Santa Monica tonight? They said, there are no available shelter beds in Santa Monica tonight.
That's crazy.
And it's a shame. That's what it is. And we need to keep speaking out. And that's why we got to get behind the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative right here in Santa Monica, California. That's an initiative to build 3,000 units of affordable housing on the airport property when it is turned over to the city in 2028. That's going to be on the ballot this November. And I will be running for Santa Monica City Council again, and so I can be speaking about the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative of 2026 right here in Santa Monica. We can be part of the solution. We don't have to say, oh, things are bad, but there's nothing we can do. No, we can get behind these initiatives and work towards a better day. We don't have to say, oh, it's all out of our hands. It's a global consortium, and we have no control. We do have control. Get involved. Use your voices. Use your votes. Let's vote for the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 in California, and here in Santa Monica, vote for the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative right here in Santa Monica. Don't get lost in a sea of despair. Be hopeful, be optimistic. Keep working towards a better day. As John Lewis said, and he inspired me. Keep on getting up. Keep on speaking out. and dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Don't get lost in a sea of despair. Be hopeful, be optimistic, and you know someday we'll get there. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Keep on lifting up. Keep on, lend a helping hand. We can't solve every problem, but you know we can try to understand. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Don't get lost in a sea of despair. Be hopeful, be optimistic, and someday we'll get there. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. One more time, everybody sing something song. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. That's right. We got to keep moving, keep working towards a better day. Don't get lost in the sea of despair. Do not. Stay hopeful. Be optimistic. Our struggle is not the struggle of a day, of a week, of a month, or a year. Our struggle is the struggle of a lifetime. Never ever be afraid to make some noise, to get in some good trouble, some necessary trouble. And of course, John Lewis was talking about peaceful protest, because that's what they did during the civil rights movement. They practiced peaceful protest. Don't give up and say, oh, the only thing that will change anything is violence. No. Those people practiced being spat upon and called names and pushed and shoved, and many of them suffered many great abuses, but they made positive change in this country. And we need to thank them, and we need to learn from their example, and we need to get out and get involved, and we all need to speak up, and we need to say, get behind that Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. Get out there and get those petitions for people to sign. Make sure it's on the ballot. Get out there and promote the great park and community housing initiative right here in Santa Monica, California. Get out with that petition, get people to sign it, make sure it's on the ballot, and vote for it this fall. Don't get lost in a sea of despair. Keep moving forward, keep working towards a better day. Because we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten to equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity in this country. There are still too many people that have been left behind. We're still criminalizing poverty and homelessness. And it's still 10 times more likely for a young black man to go to prison in California than a young white man. It's still many times more likely for a young Hispanic man to go to prison in California than a young white man. And we have 90% of our students of color go to 40% of our schools in California. We need to keep integrating. We haven't gotten there yet. When you have 40% of your schools having 90% of all the people, all the students of color in your state, that shows that you have segregation. And that's not what we want in this state of California. We're not working towards segregating. We're supposed to be working towards integrating and standing up for the rights of those people who have been used for their labor for generations and not been given their rights. We know that this immigration problem, this having 20 million undocumented people, didn't happen overnight. This is generations of people using people's labor and not giving them their rights. Generations of people telling authorities to look the other way during picking season or when they need factory workers. Oh, you got to look the other way this week because we need a lot more workers or we're not going to get our crop out, or we're not going to get our crop planted, or we're not going to get all these pieces done. It's been happening for generations. People have been telling the authorities to look the other way, but we had quotas. See, our immigration laws had quotas for certain countries because they didn't want all the people coming from one country, but they wanted to use them for their labor. They wanted to use them for their labor and not give them their rights. And we never changed the quotas so we could make them citizens. So we need to find a pathway to citizenship for these people. For these, about 5% of our population are living in the shadows and are undocumented. And we need to help them find a pathway to citizenship. We need our leaders to pass some comprehensive immigration laws. And we need all of those people who have benefited from the labor of these people that haven't been given their rights. We need the people who benefited from their labor to be part of the solution and help pay for their citizenship. Help them find a pathway to citizenship. Because if you have 5% of your population not taking part in your democracy, that's not good. Because we're trying to have a more vibrant democracy. We're not trying to be like the Arab Emirates or Saudi Arabia and have all of our workforce from another country and not give those people any rights. We're trying to make sure that everybody in our country has equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity. De la Sierra Moreno, Cielito lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, Cielito lindo, de contrabando. Ese lunar que tiene Cielito lindo junto a la boca, no se lo des a nadie, Cielito lindo, que a mí me toca. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, Cielito lindo, los corazones. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Ay, 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 ay. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Hi, 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 hi. Cantando llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Para bailar la bamba, se necesita un poco de gracia, un poco de gracia para mi partida. Arriba, arriba, ay, arriba, arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Bamba, 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 bamba. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Hi, 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 hi. Cantando llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Let's work to make sure this land is made for you and me. Hey. All right, peace. Thank you. That's right. We got to keep working at it. Keep speaking out. Keep getting involved. Use your voices. Use your votes. Get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. And in Santa Monica, get behind the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative. We can't change everything, but we can keep moving forward. We don't have to settle for things the way they are. Make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. We'll make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. Someone's always crying, there'll always be pain. Some need the sunshine and some need rain. The world keeps spinning, we can't slow it down, but we can help each other while it's turning around. And make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. Can't solve every problem, can't stop every crime. Oh, we can't turn back time. The world keeps spinning, we can't slow it down, but we can help each other while it's turning around. And make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a That's right. That's the beautiful thing about this country is we have the ability to keep moving it forward. I talked about how in the beginning, our Constitution only benefited rich white guys who owned property. But since the beginning of this country, there have been people working to make sure that it is more inclusive, that everybody has equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity in this country. And we haven't gotten there yet, and we got to keep moving forward. We've overcome a lot of things. We overcame slavery. We overcame child labor. We passed child labor laws in this country to make sure that every child could have a childhood. It could enjoy themselves some while they're growing up. We made sure that women had the right to vote in 1920. You know, it wasn't until 1924 that we passed laws making sure that every Native American could vote in this country, that every Native American could be a citizen in this country. It wasn't until 1924 that we passed that law in this country. Later on in the 1960s, we passed civil rights movement laws, the Voting Rights Act, and the Civil Rights Act. And we made sure that it didn't matter what state you were in, everybody got treated the same. It didn't matter whether you were in Alabama or California, you had the same rights. No matter your race or your religion, your ethnicity, your beliefs, your gender, whether you were rich or poor. And then later on, we passed Americans with Disabilities Act in 1990. That was a huge thing, standing up for the rights of people who are disabled, mentally disabled or physically disabled. We all have the same rights in this country, and we need to keep standing up for those rights. We need to keep standing up for human beings and the right to exist. And we need to stand up for the rights of those people who are living on our streets, those people who are living in poverty and are being arrested and harassed for being poor and homeless. We need to stand up for their rights. That's why here in Santa Monica, we need to get behind the great park and community housing initiative that's going to be on the ballot here in Santa Monica in 2026. And I hope everybody gets behind it, because that would build 3,000 units of affordable housing on the Santa Monica Airport property as it is given over to the city of Santa Monica in 2028. I think it's a fantastic step in the right direction, and we need to speak up for that. How you doing?
I'm doing great, boss. How you doing?
Good, thank
I
you.
love your music, man.
Why, thank you very much. My name's Wade. What's your name?
Lucas.
Lucas, do you live here in Santa Monica?
No, sir, I don't.
Oh, where do you live,
The
Lucas?
Valley, San Fernando Valley.
All right. Well, I hope you're getting involved and standing up for human rights.
Absolutely, sir. You kill
Lucas.
music. I love
Why,
it.
thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate
You're a
it.
star.
We keep speaking out.
Always.
Do the best we can. What are you into?
What am I into?
Yeah, what is
Anything
it?
and everything.
What do you do?
What do I do? I'm in school right now.
Where do you go to school? You want to say hi to the people? I don't know how many are out there. Only a few, maybe.
Hi,
right
people.
now. This is Lucas. He goes to school over in.
Santa Monica College and Pierce.
Oh, you go to Santa Monica College?
Yeah.
Well, I want to come over. I'm going to run for Santa Monica City Council again this year. I ran in 2024. I want to come and speak to the student body they must have some political gatherings there.
For sure, for sure.
Let me know. Get in touch with me online if you can. If you can get me.
Is this you, Wade Kelley?
That's me, Wade Kelley. Kelley. I suppose it wouldn't be until the fall, but are you going to be back there in the fall? But if you could send me some contact over there. I walked over there, but I didn't know. I got started late last time, but and I didn't have any groups behind me, and I won't spend any this time again. I will not spend any money on my campaign. Any donations I get will be given to the homeless, but I will. Hopefully, I will be going to. I went to different neighborhood forums, speaking at different places, but I would like to speak at the Santa Monica College, especially with this Great Park and Community Housing Initiative coming up. Have you heard about that yet?
I don't live here, so I don't know I have.
Oh, so you go to the college, but you can't vote here in Santa Monica. Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of people work here, a lot of people go to college here, but they can't vote here. And that's why we have too many things being figured out by the property owners and the business owners, and the wealthy. And we need to change that here in Santa Monica. That's why we need to build more affordable housing. So anyway, great to meet you, Lucas. Peace. Keep, what are you studying over there?
Electrical engineering, sir.
Electrical engineering, all right. That's smart. They're figuring out how it all works.
Keep rocking.
And I hope if they build 3,000 units of affordable housing over on the Santa Monica Airport property in 2028, I hope you do some work on that.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be fantastic.
Have a good rest of your day, man.
Thank you, Lucas. Nice to meet you. Peace. That's right. We got to keep working towards a better day. Keep spreading the peace and love, even as we keep speaking out against poverty, criminalizing poverty and criminalizing homelessness. We need to keep peacefully protesting and speaking out. Even if you're against different wars in the world, make sure you're peacefully protesting. I hope that some of these wars end soon, and it looks like we're making some progress. And hey, I celebrate any kind of progress towards peace in this world. I don't care where it comes from. Let's keep working towards peace and speaking out towards peaceful protest here in this country. And the fact that somebody might disagree with you about how to end a war, or who should be in the war and who shouldn't be in the war, and what. We all have a right to speak our mind in this country without threats of violence. So peacefully protest. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love. It's about peace. It's about a little bit of love and peace at least. Cause when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about hope. It's about joy. It's about bringing some home to little girls and boys. It's about joy. It's about hope. It's about enough hope to keep them off the dope. Cause when the hope and the joy are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about joy. It's about hope. It's about you. It's about me. It's about you and me working towards equality. It's about me. It's about you. It's about saying Black Lives Matter too. Cause when you and me are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about you. It's about me. Se trata de paz, se trata de amor, se trata de paz y amor. Se trata de paz, se trata de amor, se trata de paz y amor. Se trata de paz y amor. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Evenu shalom alechem. Evenu shalom alechem. Evenu shalom alechem. Evenu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love. It's about peace. It's about a little bit of love and peace at least. Cause when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace. It's about love. 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 Oh, it's all about love. Ha! That's right. It's all about peace and love and spreading the peace and love around a little better. We've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy in this country. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. We have to make sure that everybody can get by in this richest, most powerful country in this world. That everybody can thrive and survive. They broke another record on Wall Street today. That's right. They're breaking records on Wall Street all the time, even as we're in a war, and we have a president who says we need to increase our military budget by 40%, but we don't have any money for daycare or health care or housing or food programs. We can't afford those sorts of things. We need to spend it all on the military. That's a shame. That's a real shame. And that's why here in California, we need to step up and raise taxes on the rich and get behind this Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. Tell our leaders here in California, if you don't get behind the Billionaire Tax Act, we're not voting for you here in California, because we need to show that somebody can raise taxes on the billionaires, and don't wait for a perfect billionaire tax to come along. This one's good enough. It's a wealth tax of 5% on the billionaires. So get behind it. Tell your leaders, tell your friends, tell your family, everybody get behind it, and let's make sure it passes in the fall. Because we've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. It's all about love and spreading it around a little better. You can play the game, you can act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. But tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing leads to another, it doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. Good night, Ethan Hyatt. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. And tell me what you're gonna do with your foolish pride when you're by yourself all alone. Once you tell somebody the way you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel, always getting the grease. Better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. What I want to say to you is, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. And tell me what you're gonna do with your foolish pride when you're by yourself all alone. Once you tell somebody the way you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel, always getting the grease. Better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. What I want to say to you is, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Jessie rose to see the morning sun through her eyes of tears and red. Jessie sees that it's a lovely day. I can't see outside my head, but Jessie knows about tomorrow. Jessie sees the future clear. Jessie knows in just another day I'll be gone, she'll be here. Jessie takes me through the afternoon, then she leads me into night. And she listens as I play my tune. When there's nothing, she's alright. Jessie carries all my sorrows. Jessie shares with me my joys. Jessie knows I'm bound to run away, 'cause she's my home and I'm her troubled boy. And Jessie flies with the sun each morning. She hears me howl at the moon each night. She jumps into my bed without a warning. She wraps me in her love and holds me tight. Jessie says we're gonna sail away to an island in the sea. And I tell her that that sounds okay, but my life's a mystery. But Jessie knows about tomorrow, and Jessie sees the future clear. And Jessie knows in just another day I'll be gone, she'll be here. And Jessie flies with the sun each morning. She hears me howl at the moon each night. She jumps into my head without a warning. She wraps me in her love and holds me tight. Jessie says we're gonna sail away to an island in the sea. And I tell her that that sounds okay, but my life's a mystery. But Jessie knows about tomorrow. Jessie sees the future clear. Jessie's dancing in my heart right now, 'cause I'm still gone and she's still here. My Jessie knows. Ah, sweet Jessie Rose. That's right. You got to take time for some love songs too, you know. Take time for some love songs even. As long as there's music and words of romance, the spell of a theme starts you to dream. There's always a chance. As long as there's music, whatever the song, as long as there's music for sweethearts to sing, I'll sing you, my love, the melody of the birds on the wing. My loneliest day will never be long, as long as there's music and you are my song. As long as there's music and words of romance, the spell of a theme starts you to dream. There's always a chance. As long as there's music, whatever the song, as long as there's music and for sweethearts to sing, I'll sing you, my love, the melodies of the birds on the wing. My loneliest day will never be long, as long as there's music and you are my song. I hear music when I look at you. A bed, thank you, peace. I hear music when I look at you. A beautiful melody of every dream I ever knew. Down deep in my heart, I hear it play. I hear it start and drift away. I hear music when I touch your hand. A beautiful melody from some enchanted land. The words are true, the song is you. I alone have heard this lovely strain. I alone have heard this glad refrain. Must it be forever inside of me? Why can't I let it go? Why can't I let you know? I hear music when I touch your hand. A beautiful melody from some enchanted land. The music is sweet, the words are true, the song is you. Sentimental reasons, I hope you do believe me. I give you my heart. I love you, and you alone were meant for me. Please give your loving heart to me. and say we'll never part. I think of you every morning, dream of you every night. Darling, I'm never lonely whenever you're inside. I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope you do believe me. I give you my heart. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I go sailing. It's far beyond the star, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond that doubt, my love will see me there soon. We'll meet up on the shore, we'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I go sailing. Heaven, I'm in heaven. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. And it's just like a dancing cheek to me. We're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and it's just like gambler's lucky streak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, love to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. I love to go out fishing and love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Dance with me, I want my arms about you, the charms about you will carry me through to heaven. I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing, when we're out together dancing, when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Para bailar la bamba, se necesito un poco de gracia, para mi partida, arriba, arriba, ay, arriba, arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Bamba, 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 bamba. No soy marinero, no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán. Bamba, 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 bamba. I'll shake it up, baby, twist and shout. Come on, baby, work it on out. I twist so good, I twist so fine. Come on and twist a little closer now. Let me know that you're mine. Para bailar la bamba, se necesito un poco de gracia. Una poco de gracia para mi partida, arriba, arriba. Ay, arriba, arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Bamba, 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 this land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Again, this couldn't happen again. Let's start that. Let's start that again. Again. This couldn't happen again. This is our once in a lifetime. This is a thrill divine. What's more, this never happened before. And though I've prayed for a lifetime for such as you to suddenly be mine, mine to hold as I'm holding you now, and yet never so near, mine to have as the now and the here disappear. What mattered, dear, for when this doesn't happen again, we'll have this moment forever, but never ever again. It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. But listen closely, not for very much longer. I've got to keep control. I remember doing the time warp, drinking those moments when the blackness would hit me and the void would be calling. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. It's just a jump to the left and a step to the right with your hands on your hips. Bring your knees in tight, but his pelvic thrust really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. It's so dreamy, a fantasy free me. You can't see me, no, not at all. In another dimension, with voyeuristic intention, I'm well secluded, I'll see all. It's a mind flip. It's so dreamy. Oh, can't you see me? You can't see me. No, not at all. In another dimension, with voyeuristic intentions, well secluded, I'll see all. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Well, I was running down the street just having a think when a snake-like guy gave me an evil wink. Shook me up, he took me by surprise. He had a pickup truck and the devil's eyes. Stared at me and I felt a change. Time and nothing ever would again. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Just jump to the left and a step to the right with your hands on your hips. Bring your knees in tight, but his pelvic thrust really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. That's right, you gotta dance around, even if you forget where you are sometimes. Get up and dance around, have a little fun, sing some love songs, share some love and peace and love, and keep working towards a better day. We haven't gotten there yet. We gotta keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. Housing the homeless, common sense gun laws, good public education. We need to spend a lot more money on education right here in California. We need to show the progressive government can work right here in California. So we need to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 in California. Tell everybody running for office, you better vote for that billionaire and promote that Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, or I can't vote for you this year. And here in Santa Monica, we all need to get behind the great park and community housing initiative here in Santa Monica. Build 3,000 units of affordable housing on the Santa Monica airport property when it will be given to the city in 2028. There are things that we can do to keep us moving forward. So don't say, no, there's nothing we can do about it. Get out there and get involved. Use your voices, use your votes. Get these things passed. Let's move in the right direction. Because we haven't gotten there yet. Let's keep moving forward. There must be lights burning brighter somewhere. Got to be birds flying higher in a sky more blue. If I can dream of a better land where all my brothers walk hand in hand, tell me why, oh why can't my dream come true? Oh, there must be peace and understanding somewhere. Strong winds of promise that blow away all the doubt and fear. If I can dream of a better land where all my brothers walk hand in hand, tell me why, oh why won't that sun appear? We're lost in a cloud with my train. We're trapped in a world that's troubled with pain. But as long as a man has the strength to dream, he can redeem his soul and fly. Deep in my heart, there's a trembling question. Still I am sure that the answer's gonna come somehow. Out there in the dark, there's a beckoning candle. And while I can think, while I can talk, while I can stand, while I can walk, while I can dream, feeling my dream come true right now, right now. Peace and love. You want to say anything, Joey? Want to say goodbye? Hello? Peace and love.